Hola, hola, hola. Hello, lovelies, and welcome to video number 3. We are going to be doing the eyeshadow application today, and we are going to start with the concealer, putting it on the eyelid. So I take the brush of the concealer and I make a line right underneath my eyebrow, close to the eyebrow, not in the eyebrow, but close enough, and I make a nice line, and then I fill in the eyelid. And then I take a concealer brush and I go back and I create that line underneath the eyebrow just to make sure it's a nice smooth line flush to the eyebrow. And then with the brush, I go and I brush it out, filling it all in and making sure that it's nice and smooth. Now the look that we're doing today, it's a little tricky. It takes practice, but look at the video, learn from it, practice, apply it. Everybody has their own techniques, but if you practice, you will get it. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my blending bud, it's damp, and I'm just blending the concealer just to have a little bit more of a better consistency with the concealer. I don't want it to be too thick. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to go with the concealer and I'm going to make a line right underneath the eyebrow, close to the eyebrow, and fill in my eyelid with the concealer. And the same as the other eye, I'm going to use the concealer brush and fill it in, smooth it out, and then I'm going to go after with the blending bud, damp, and I'm going to blend out the concealer. And then what I do once I'm done with the concealer on the eyelid, then I will go with my setting spray and just spray very lightly on the eyes just to set that concealer. So for this look, I'm going to be using the Mulan palette and another palette, which you'll see in a moment. It's the neon palette. So with the Mulan palette, that's gonna be my transition color, brown color. That's gonna go underneath. So I'm gonna apply it on the top of my eyelid. I was just making sure here which color I was going to use because I was kind of indecisive on what color to use, but then I finally decided on the brown color. So you see where I'm applying it just from the crease up to the corner of the eye. That's the only place where I'm putting the brown. So now both eyes are done with the brown. Now I'm going to use the neon palette and I'm going to use this red eyeshadow. And don't be afraid. You might think red, OMG. But trust the process, lovelies. Look and learn. So I'm going to apply the red eyeshadow from the crease. I'm going with a crease brush and I'm applying it in the crease all the way out to the corner, and that's all. That's the only place where I'm gonna put the red, from my inner eye where the crease is, going all the way through the crease to the corner of the eye. So both eyes are done, but it's not done. We're not over yet. It's not done, so don't run. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the concealer. I'm going to put a little bit on my hand. I'm going to use the concealer brush, and I'm going to put the concealer right where my lashes are at from the inner eye, about a little bit past halfway, and I'm just going to dab it there. That's going to let me know where I'm going to put the concealer the rest of the way. You'll see once I'm done. So now I look up. Once you look up, the concealer is going to mark basically where you're going to fill in. So you take the concealer and now you fill it in, you make the line, and right where that line is on the top, you're going to fill all that in with concealer. It's a process, lovelies, but take your time. There's no rush. All I can tell you is take your time. Don't rush it. So now that I've made my mark with the concealer, I'm going to go with my makeup remover and a Q-tip. Yes, makeup remover. And I'm going to dip my Q-tip into the makeup remover. And I'm going to take that Q-tip, and wherever I have the concealer, that's what I'm going to be removing. Everywhere where I have the concealer, I'm taking the Q-tip and I am removing that concealer. You have to take your time, ladies, and you also have to try to have a steady hand. You can also use your pinky on your face as an anchor to keep your hand steady, so that way you have a smooth line when you're removing the concealer. I use the other side of the Q-tip just to go over it and to kind of take out the wetness and also eliminate some of the greasy, the oiliness. So I use the other side, the dry side, just to clear that up. Now we're going to grab the concealer again, and I put the concealer on my hand, the outside of my hand, and I'm going to use the concealer brush, and I'm going to grab some of the concealer and I'm going to fill it in again. Just the concealer that I just took off with the red, I'm going to fill it in now. Because what I did before was I took the concealer off, but I also took off the eyeshadow that was underneath the concealer. So now I'm putting concealer on my eyelid, just on my bare skin without anything on it. No eyeshadow, nothing on there. Like a fresh start. Don't be afraid to do this. There's no way you can really make a mistake. If you make a mistake with the concealer, you can actually just go with your finger or your nail and clean it up. And you really can't make a mistake. But the best thing for you to do is just practice, 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 practice. So now I'm taking my handy dandy fan and I am drying the concealer on the lid. Now I went and I did the other side. Now I'm going back to the Milan palette and I'm using this really pretty like beige glitter, if you will, and I'm going to be using a flat brush and I'm just going to be placing it on my eye. I'm not using a blending brush. I'm not using a crease brush. I'm using a flat brush and I'm grabbing the eyeshadow and I'm just patting it on my eye. I'm not wiggling it back and forth. I'm not like when you do with a blending brush or crease brush. I'm just grabbing the product with the flat brush and I'm patting it on my eye and I'm filling it in everywhere where I have the concealer. That's where I'm putting that shimmer. Now I'm going to go with a small blending brush and I'm going back to the neon palette and I am going to grab that red color and I'm going to add some more to the corner and I'm going to do it in circular motions going inward so I could blend it in with the whites. So you going in circular motions, and you go in, and you can go out afterwards. But stay in the corner and just add that red. When you get to the top, you can go in a little with the V, just to darken that corner. And that's all you need to do with that. Blend, blend, blend. And that's it for this look with the eye. Stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to continue with video 4. Ciao.